There she is. Robin! Hey, Robin! Oh, Athena! Apollo! Oh, damn. What was your voice? It sounds just like Athena's. Oh, it doesn't matter. What are you watching there? Oh, it just so happens to be a video of the mock trial. I had to use a bit of coercion to get it, but the ends justifies the means, right? There it is again. Professor Mean sure has a lot of influence around here. Oh, care to look into the true connection between the murder and the mock trial with me? Why am I holding a shoe? Sounds great, but do you mind if we ask you some questions first? Sure, I'll tell you anything you want. You know, they spell it out like that because it works via text, but if I'm fucking audibly saying it, I'm not gonna be like anything you W-A-N-T. Like, I don't got time for that. All right. Oh, there's so much to talk to you about, buddy. Why'd you confess? About your confession today. Why did you do it? Because Juniper hasn't done anything wrong. I had to stop the trial by any means possible. Right. The end justifies the means. So, you're a follower of Professor Means too? Professor Means is a wonderful teacher, as was Professor Cord. I like them both. She brushed that one off like a pro. But with that style of justice, you run the risk of breaking the law. Well, I'm prepared to quit school because of this case. What? Why? Hey, I want to be an artist. That's what I really want, man. But no! My parents forced me to study to become a prosecutor! But if the trial went south, you'd have to drop out and give up being a prosecutor. That's what you're really after, isn't it? You're willing to go to jail? I like that they're like just glossing over the fact that like, yeah, there's a school rule where if you get convicted of a crime or something that you can't graduate. But they're like completely dismissing the fact that you're gonna go to fucking jail. You're gonna get arrested. You're gonna be in a locked cell for a murder. Why is this not a concern for people? I feel like that would be more of a bigger concern than the fact that I'm taking a prosecutor course. That's so bizarre. Talk about someone who literally changes at the bottom of an eyelash. I guess she's been dealing with her own problems too. That totally makes sense. Yeah, I suppose so. But it doesn't make what she did right. Look, she helped you like delay the trial from like ending on day one, man. You should be a little bit more like appreciative because you weren't gonna be able to fucking solve it. Could you tell us about what you were doing on the night of the murder? Finishing a statue. I was on the stage until the last bell. That's right. You made the statues of Mr. Wright and Prosecutor Gavin, didn't you? Yeah, I did. But both of them. Definitely not suspicious of the fact that I'm sweating right now. This is just a formality. But can you prove you were making the statues at that time? Can I prove it? You think I'm the killer now? No, that's not what I meant. Both you and Robin were still at school after 7 p.m. But neither of them can prove exactly what they were doing. Could one of them really have murdered Professor Cord? Now that the secret's out, have there been any problems now that everyone here knows you're a girl? No worries there. I discussed the matter with Professor Cord some time ago. I told her I wanted to let everyone know I was really a girl. And just today, I found out that she spoke with the school administration on my behalf. Wow, they must really like you. I know, right? But now I could finally be myself here at the school. They make it sound as if you couldn't be a girl in the prosecutor course. Like, she's lied about her gender, but like, why does that fucking matter? How does that affect anything? They must have really liked you to let it go, but I don't have to hide the fact that I love girly clothes. That's why, Athena, I simply must have this, and this by any means possible. What? But this is evidence we need for the trial. Sorry, but no can do. Ha, don't be a party pooper, Athena. Come on, please, pretty please. Stage costume related evidence taken in classic and justifies the mean style. Guess that means we don't need it anymore. Oh, darn it. Anyway, thank you again, Athena. Thank you for revealing who I really am. I wanted everyone to know before the Snitch found out. The Snitch? Sounds like a new lead. The Snitch. You know, probably Scuttlebutt. There's a rumor going around that one of the students here is a snitch. I hear they're watching everything we do, our activities, our relationships, our interests, and reporting it all to one of the professors. But why would anyone do that? So it's not Scuttlebutt? Because if they're saying it like that, then it doesn't sound like a Scuttlebutt then. Officially, I heard it's to seek out misconduct among the student body. But rumor has it grades are being bought and sold through the surveillance network. That's bribery! The situation at Temis Legal Academy is worse than I thought. While all this is important stuff, I still want to ask about that thing in the art room. I'll have to present some evidence to show what I'm talking about though. I can't believe you're glossing over the snitch part. I feel like that's important information. It's not important, but I feel like that's more interesting than whatever it is you seemingly have to do. And also, them bringing it up just reminded me of how certain things go down in this case. Something about the art room. This? Robin, I just remembered something I wanted to ask you. This This photo shows a piece of art on the table. Do you know what that is? Whoa, whoa, whoa! Wow! Look at that unique artistic sense! That has to be one of Professor Court's creations, man! Professor Court's artistic sense? Why didn't she just elaborate? Why do I have to make this a talking point? Professor Court's artistic sense! That's a tough one. I'd say it's avant-garde and very eclectic, you know. In other words, it's weird and all over the place. It's not that bad. It's just different. Come to think of it, that strange-looking painting in the art room was one of Professor Court's works, wasn't it? The statue in that photo was originally a statue of Lady Justice. Lady Justice? Professor Court had planned on placing it on the judge's bench in the lecture hall. But the day before the mock trial, it broke while she was polishing it. She said she'd take it back to the art room and try to fix it somehow. So this is the statue in its proper state? You bet! Just look at what that wild silhouette! Wow, it's so cute! I don't get it. Do you have to be an artist to appreciate stuff like this? Athena, the Lady Justice that you put back together on that stage? Oh right, I didn't realize before because it was in pieces. But before it was smashed. Maybe it didn't look like Lady Justice, but more like what it does in the photo. But what in the world was it doing on the stage? Are you gonna fix it? It was found broken on stage. Professor Court had remade it into a completely different looking statue the day before the mock trial. Well, I think that about covers it. Okay, then how about watching the mock trial video with me? What do you say? Sure, sounds good to me. So how do you want to watch it? All classroom desks at the school have their own built-in computers, you know. You don't notice the glowing monitors on each seat? Did you know that they're computers? Did you know that you can watch things on them? It's fucking crazy. Wow, this place is definitely a lot cushier than I thought. I know you guys are in a hurry, so I'll just fast forward to the important parts. Let's start with the professor's pre-trial speech. Professor's pre-trial speech. Which professor? Oh, it must be Means, because Court is dead, right? Good afternoon. I would like to start by thanking you for coming here today. Oh, that sounds like Professor Means. The mock trial, the crown jewel event of the school festival, will begin shortly. Is the camera like this the whole time? Yeah, it's in a fixed position in front of the stage. When I was a student, I too could hardly wait for this day to come. How come teacher's speeches always make me so sleepy? Let's just skip to the end of his speech. Hi, now, let the mock trial begin! Hey, what's the deal here? Why is Judy so large in the shot? Looks to me like she cut right in front of the camera. Juniper was also in charge of the audio. Why was she in charge of every fucking thing? Even though she was already playing a part in the mock trial itself? She had to do it to keep the script details secret. She was all over the place that day. When she wasn't in the trial, she was in the audio control room dealing with the music. Why did there need to be music? It's a mock trial. Do mock trials always have to have music? Oh, so this is what the lecture hall looks like. Looks like there's a judge's bench back by the screen and a witness stand up front. What about these balconies with the professor's names on them? They're balconies for the professors to sit there. Those are the faculty seats. Professor Means and Professor Court were in charge of scoring the mock trial. Lecture hall diagram added. Okay, let's fast forward this a bit. That's why the defendant... No. And that's why the defendant is definitely guilty! Ah, that was me. Could you tell? Objection. I failed Koei used their bare hands to stab a professor with an arrow. I don't think so. You read that line in the mock trial, Apollo, but you made it sound kind of weird. Cut me some slack. It was my first time reading that script. I think Juniper's gonna speak next. I didn't do it! I had suffered a breakdown and pretty much lost it. It's true I shouted you're a goner, but I didn't mean it. Wow, what an emotional performance. She put a real actress to shame. Wait, could you go back and play that scene again? You really think that's necessary? Yeah, she said something very specific. I didn't do it! I had suffered a breakdown and pretty much lost it. It's true I shouted you're a goner. Oh, I skipped it by accident. God damn it. Stop. Did you hear that? I think you're onto something. Let's play that last part again. I don't follow. What are you guys so excited about? I think this piece of evidence should explain it. Time to show Robin a blah blah blah. Why do I have to show it as if she doesn't fucking know it? God. I'm sure you remember this. It contains a female voice shouting a violent threat. I'll play it for you. You're a goner! The voices and performers do sound similar, but I can't believe this is happening. It's just a possibility. But if the voices on this tape is really a recording, one made from the mock trial video, then that means this evidence was fabricated. They didn't get to do a voice print analysis in time for court today. That's why the gender of the voice became so important. And if the real killer had foreseen that gender would become a key in today's trial, he would have tried to deflect attention away from himself by making the suspect female. So basically, the only one with something to gain from doing this is our sole male suspect. Wait a second! No way! Professor Means' credo is, the ends justifies the means. So it makes perfect sense that a student who took those words to heart would fabricate evidence. We need to get to that tape analyzed as soon as possible. Wow, analyze it multiple times? Oh my heavens. I don't know who this is. Is this Clavier? Allow me to assist you with that or whatever. Hey! Is this like gonna be like the final time we see you? It's gonna be so sad. Who am I gonna stare? Whose blue eyes am I gonna stare at now? Prosecutor Gavin! At least make some kind of noise so we know you're there. I mean, he said something. It's go big or go home with rockstar entrances, Fraulein. Timing is everything. I could feel myself getting very tired right now, so I can't make any voices. Let me make a copy of that tape right now, and I'll get you the results as soon as I can. Oh my god! I can't talk. I'm so tired. I trust that would be alright. Very much so. Thanks. You go get him. Well, Athena, it's almost sundown. Isn't it about time we head over to the detention center? I think Uni will agree that this is something that could prove her innocence. But will her heart really be open to accepting it? She had to have known that this is what I'd find. Hey, girl. And that about covers the main gist of our investigation. I see. Very interesting. You've been quite the busy beaver today. Thank you for all your hard work, Athena. Well, my time's about up. It'll be getting dark soon. So, Junie, you must be tired after being on your feet all day. You should go home and... No, wait! You have to listen to me! I don't want to hear anymore. I know what you're going to say, Athena. Junie, you promised. We're going to discover the truth behind this murder mystery. And we're going to bring you solid evidence showing you just what the truth is. If we succeed in doing that, I want you to promise me that you'll accept it, Junie. No matter how hard it is to hear. Okay, but only if it's the real truth. So please just listen to what I have to say. Once you've heard me out, I'll let you decide on what to do. I thought you gave her the gist. Does the gist not include the whole Connor thing? The voice in this recording has been proven to be yours, Junie. And in the mock trial video, we can hear you reading your line from the script. We're having both of them analyzed now, but from what I can tell, the voices are the same. And the only one who'd benefit from faking that voice recording would be you. But that doesn't make any sense. I mean, you confessed in order to protect me. This may sound strange, but his confession is a ploy to make himself look less suspicious. In other words, he was just pretending to protect you. Besides, his confession came after you and Robin had already confessed. If he hadn't confessed right then as well, wouldn't that have seemed a little suspicious? Say what you will, Athena, but none of us would hurt a fly, let alone kill someone. He was a gifted student. He gets outstanding grades and never causes trouble. As if someone who knows how to study is not capable of killing somebody. Huh? Just because you get 100% on your test doesn't mean that you don't know how to hold a knife. Wait, Athena, my bracelet reacted just now. It did? But why? Wouldn't she have noticed the discord in her heart or her words or something like that? Don't they go in tandem with this whole bracelet thing? Junie, can you look me in the eye and repeat what you just said? None of us would hurt a fly, let alone kill someone. You is a gifted student. He gets outstanding grades and never causes trouble. She's not even looking you in the eye. She can't even. Now I'm sure of it. She's lying. Oh my god! Hurry, get to do the thing. Wow. Oh damn, look at the bottom of her lip. Man, it's dark. Go put on some lipstick or something. What am I supposed to... I don't even know where her tick is. A finger. Her hair. Her sunflower. Her eye. Her mouth. Her ear. I don't know where... Sorry, I don't mean to look at your chest, but I don't even know where it would be. Is there like a bug that comes out of her flower? Like, I have an idea of what... Oh, the fluttering. How do you go... I like it. It's just flailing a little bit. You're lying! A light breeze blows on your ass. You're fucking liar! You take a slightly deeper breath than normal because you tend to have coughing fits when you're feeling a little tired or something. You're fucking not telling me the truth!
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Juniper, you start coughing when you're under stress. You can't hide it from me no matter how hard you try. She wasn't even coughing. You think she was like talking while also coughing at the same time, Apollo? You think she's like, oh, you is like the best person ever. You think you could do both a talking and a cough at the same time? I don't think you can't even stifle a cough when you're talking. Do you know how coughs work, Apollo? That's how you cough. When you said, and never causes trouble, cough escaped and made your scarf fluttered. How? She was talking! As for why you were stressed, it's because you were lying. That's fucking reaching it, Apollo. But your powers was always like about reaching it. About reaching things. Junie, you're trying to hide Hugh's connection to this case, aren't you? And I believe that also ties into a secret about yourself. A secret? About me? I don't understand. I already told Juniper, so I may as well tell you. I don't really care about her anymore. Juniper's not all sunshines and rainbows like you think she is. He ended their friendship after he found out about Junie's secret, which means Hugh must have felt betrayed by Junie, making her the killer! The snitch. You were Professor Court's snitch, weren't you? There's a rumor going around that one of the students here is a snitch. I heard they're watching everything we do, our activities, our relationships, our interests, and reporting it all to one of the professors. And while fulfilling that role, you learned something about Hugh you'd rather forget. I don't know what you're talking about. Junie, please, stop hiding things from me. I hate having to force things out of you like this. Looks like we're gonna have to do this the hard way. Time to review the evidence and see if I can't prove my hypothesis. I must have something that proves Junie's the snitch, and Hugh's connection to the case. I actually don't even know the answer to this. This is the only thing I can think of. Well, how does this tie to Junie, though? This may be wrong. Okay, so that was wrong. Is it this? Nope. Script? Nope. Is it her planner? It is her planner. Right here in Professor Court's planner, it says, routine report. I believe this is meant to mean when the snitch would report in to Professor Court. I also believe Professor Court planned to meet Hugh in private based on the snitch's info. And from their meeting, Hugh must have put 2 and 2 together and figured out your secret. How does that tie into Junie, though? How does that pin Junie to be the routine report snitch? So you see, it all makes sense only if you're the snitch, Junie. What? How? How? Was there anything that said that they met on the 22nd? Like, I don't get it. Am I overthinking it? Yeah. Sniffle. Oh, she cried. She cried differently. Forgive me. Forgive me, Thena. I've been lying to you this whole time. The truth is, I suspected you from the start. You did? Now this is surprising. I'm so sorry. I've talked about friendship so much, but I've been a terrible friend. I cough and cry. Juniper, I don't have that special kind of hearing that Athena does, but I don't need it to sense the pain that you're feeling inside, and its intensity is directly proportional to how you feel about your friend. Am I right? Aw, that little added animation to her crying where she does, like, you do that little hiccuping thing, like... I haven't cried like that in a long time, which I'm like, no, I'm not saying that I want to, but it really brings back memories of when I did. Apollo! Please, Junie, tell me why you suspected Hugh. I have a feeling that will be the key to getting to the bottom of this whole case. Isn't Professor Means here too? Is he okay with hearing in on this? What exactly was your role as a class snitch? Professor Cordet told me how Academy alumni had strayed from the path of justice. The dark age of the law. Oh wait, the dark age of the law, huh? She didn't want any more of her students going astray like that, but few others at the Academy shared her view. I thought her ideas were beautiful, though sad and unrealistic. I hated her. She asked you to be her eyes and ears, didn't she? I used to report to her once a month about any wrongdoings I'd seen or heard about. And that report session in her planner, the one from October 22nd, was a part of that? Yes, that's when I reported you to Professor Court. She snitched on her own friend. Your reporter on O'Connor. I had accidentally overheard Hugh talking. What did you hear? He was talking to someone on the phone. I think it was one of his parents. What were they talking about? Something about having paid money for good discourse. I only overheard him talking, so I never did find out who the money was going to. What? That's bribery. He was buying his way through school. And if that's the case, then the evidence that always seemed out of place might actually be about his secret. This maybe? We found this while we were investigating the stage. It's got Hugh's name on it. I didn't know what the number meant at the time, but now that I'm hearing about bribes, it must mean that a bribe of 120 grand to be paid in October. Do you mean his parents didn't pay $120 to get a perfect score on tests? What's more, take a look at this mark. That same mark is on the page of Professor Court's planner. Hey, you're right. I can't believe I didn't realize that until now. Wait, But why would Professor Court have that kind of information in her planner? You don't really think the person who was taking the bribe money was... It's just a possibility at this point. But it may indeed have been Professor Court.
That is impossible. She'd be the last person I'd ever suspect of accepting bribes.
Like I said, it's just a possibility, but a rather good one. Maybe their private talk had to do with the possibility of the bribery being exposed. And what started out as a little argument soon got out of hand.
It's not your fault, Junie. Anybody would have suspected Hugh if they knew what you knew.
No! I don't believe that alone would have driven him to murder! There's another reason why I suspected Hugh.
You've got to be kidding me.
There's another reason?
Man, there's so many things about O'Connor.
I saw Hugh around 7 p.m. on the day before the mock trial.
Oh, so she's finally ready to talk about that.
When I saw him, his... Oh, Athena! I'm gonna fucking fight.
Choked on my own spit.
Junie, are you alright? Just try to relax and tell me what happened.
私あんなの見たくなかった見たくなかったのに廊下で会ったレイ君の手両手が血だらけで
His hands were dripping with blood.
You can't assume it's blood. It could have been like, tomato juice or something, right? Like, sure, why would he be walking around? Why would he be stumbling and fumbling around like that with blood in his hands?
What? But why? What am I gonna do? Deep down, I know Q can't be the killer. My mind keeps telling me he is. No matter how hard I try to convince myself he isn't. And I'm still coughing. Oh, what am I gonna do? He's... I can't take this anymore. Nina!
So she hid the fact that she had seen Hugh and said that she went home at 6 because she wanted to avoid talking about what she saw.
Junie, it must have been terrible holding all of that in, but it's gonna be okay. I'll get to the bottom of this. And that's my promise from one good friend to another. I'll be defending Juniper tomorrow, if that's okay with you, Professor Means.
Oh, I don't care. My main concern is whether you can defeat that prosecutor. But I won't try to stop you. I will be watching from the gallery. And shall look forward to seeing what sort of results your methods can produce. Good luck tomorrow. Now, if you would excuse me, the lack of care he has for his student is preposterous.
Tina! I'm sorry. I really mean it. I wish I had trusted you from the start. You have to uncover the truth tomorrow. I know you can do it.
Don't worry. We already know that the prosecution's key piece of evidence is a fake. And thanks to you, we figured out the motive too. Let's give this our best shot, Athena. Let tomorrow be the day Juniper walks free.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
We should be all ready now. What could possibly go wrong this time? Judging from the little bits I remember of the case, the trial, I feel like we're gonna be in for a doozy, but I'm not worried about that today.
There's a strange uneasy feeling I can't shake. I'd better be imagining it.
I wonder what it could be. Oh, dearest me. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Here's hoping that this new year brings more content. Just kidding. It's gonna be the same old fucking shit because I am too lazy.